So what they're going to do is try to keep us satisfied and keep us happy.
Trump facing a massive polling crash, rising gas prices, an unpopular war of choice, and a MAGA revolt by some of his closest MAGA allies.
A regime change war on behalf of Israel, with Israel, on Iran, a war that every person who was paying attention knew could not be won.
The American people did not vote for this. This is not what we campaigned for, Pamela.
My proudest legacy will be that of a peacemaker.
And we said on every single rally stage, no more foreign wars, no more regime change. It's time to put America first. And this is a complete betrayal of those campaign promises.
Under Trump, we will have no more wars, no more wars, no more wars.
A full-scale major war, completely unprovoked on Iran, on behalf of Israel. And that's the way most Americans see it. They see this is for Israel, not for America.
What we really wanted to see was a border wall, mass deportations, an end to the war in Ukraine, and no additional wars.
We don't need the wars, foreign lands, countries you've never heard of, countries that don't even want us there. This election is a choice between strength and weakness, competence and incompetence, peace and prosperity, or war or no war. They like a war. They love wars. You know, they love killing people.
What we're actually getting is inflation, a $1.5 trillion military budget, a war with Iran.
We will have prosperity and peace. We will have prosperity and we will have peace.
What changed? Because you insisted no new wars.
First of all, I didn't guarantee no war.
We are going to destroy their missiles and raise their missile industry to the ground. It will be totally, again, obliterated. We're going to annihilate their Navy.
Pentagon is out of cash. A corporate tax cut.
By passing the largest tax cuts in American history.
We're getting this behemoth, one big beautiful bill, which cuts Medicaid by $900 billion. That's what we got instead of what we were promised.
But Republican voters their entire lives will take what the politicians, especially Trump, are saying, and his faux populism is evidence of that.
The administration is either unwilling or unable to do any other thing they promised. So what they're going to do is try to keep us satisfied and keep us happy with the spectacles.
Now, the first of the big set-piece spectacles to honor the occasion, Donald Trump is hosting a cage fight on the White House lawn, a UFC mixed martial arts extravaganza where fighters sealed inside a wire mesh octagon will try to punch and kick each other into submission.
President Trump is gearing up for a fight on a different front as well at the Supreme Court after construction of his White House ballroom was ordered shut down. And
new proposed renderings tonight for President Trump's controversial 250-foot arch in the nation's capital.
They're not going to release the Epstein files. They're going to hand out binders.
Man that campaigned all over the country claiming that he would be the one to drain the swamp is the very man that fought to keep the Epstein files from being released. And then he in turn called me the traitor because I fought to release the Epstein files.
In fact, a post from social media, he said, or he called her wacky Marjorie Taylor Greene, and in parentheses, remember green turns brown when there's rot involved. Oh, not afraid to go to the name calling.
When they're protecting pedophiles, when they are blowing our budget, when they are starting wars overseas, I'm sorry, I can't go along with that.
So Marjorie Greene and Thomas Massie, they have the America First position. They're against foreign aid to Israel. For that, they become critics of Trump and his agenda, and they're out of MAGA.
This guy named Thomas Massie, there's something wrong with him.
$310 billion has been received by Israel from the taxpayers of the United States. That's in inflation-adjusted dollars since we've been giving them money.
Thomas Massie's a terrible congressman. He's been a terrible congressman from day one. Dealing with him is just horrible. I don't think he's a Republican. I think
he's still in with the Epstein class. This is the Epstein administration, and they're attacking me for trying to get these files released.
Israeli first billionaires plan to contribute about $20 million to unseat Kentucky Representative Thomas Massie from Congress.
But that is not good news. It looks like Israel is about to buy the entire Republican Party.
I mean, they've already done that.
Well, there was a tiny rebellion by Massie, and this will have quash the rebellion.
And he's actually one of the very few people who's very, very adamant about the Epstein files.
Yes, that's why he's a target by Trump and his cronies. Well,
and by Israel, because obviously Israel did it.
It's a $20 million message.
Yeah.
Thomas Massie has lost his primary in Kentucky after getting some $20 million dropped on him by pro-Israel and pro-Trump groups.
They're not going to do mass deportations. They're going to talk about the census data and pretend that 2 million people self-deported and post about it on Twitter.
Is touting a new milestone in immigration enforcement. What are you hearing?
Yeah, Didi, this is from the Department of Homeland Security. They now report more than 2 million undocumented immigrants have now left the U.S. since President Trump returned to the White House. And among those here, 3/4 self-deported.
Mass deportations, a critical campaign promise from candidate Trump 2 years ago. The party even printing the slogan on signs at the Republican National Convention. Now, a tonal transformation. White House Deputy Chief of Staff and key Trump strategist James Blair told Republicans they should shift their message from mass deportations to focusing on the removal of violent criminals.
They're not going to release any indictments or any federal charges against these people. They're going to do public hearings.
Republicans pummeled the former head of the National Institutes of Health with questions about the COVID pandemic. But on the advice of his lawyers, he pled the fifth repeatedly.
They're going to do press releases at the ODNI about how Obama stole the election. They're going to give a big primetime speech at the White House about how China was involved in the election.
President Trump is expected to reveal previously unreported alleged Chinese meddling in U.S. elections.
Are they going to do anything about it? The answer is no. Are there going to be indictments? Are there going to be accountability? Absolutely not.
President Trump has hit some historic lows, underwater on just about everything. His overall approval rating has slipped to 34%, matching his career low.
Donald Trump's polling numbers slipped to some all-time lows this week. A CNN poll suggests Trump's overall approval rating has slumped to 34% as the war with Iran drags on and gas prices stay high.
But Trump is saying that I'm done with Tucker Carlson, I'm done with Megyn Kelly, he's done with Marjorie Taylor Greene, he's done with Tom Massie. But those are four of the most, I was gonna say true blue, but I guess true red, right? Conservatives, right-wingers, MAGA, America First, there is. So Trump is putting in his lot with the neocons and with the establishment and with the donor class.
Yeah. So Marjorie Greene and Thomas Massie, they have the America First position. They're against foreign aid to Israel. For that, they become critics of Trump and his agenda, and they're out of MAGA.
MTG posted a photo on Saturday that quickly went viral, showing a meeting with Tucker Carlson. There's also former National Counterterrorism Director Joe Kent and outgoing Kentucky Representative Thomas Massie in that photo.
On the side of MAGA, you have Lindsey Graham, Ben Shapiro, Marco Rubio, Randy Fine, Mark Levin. Apparently all of that is MAGA. Together they support war with Iran, Chinese students, H-1B visas, 300,000 deportations all year. And then on the other side, apparently what is not MAGA, what is kicked out of MAGA, wacky, crazy haters, Republican haters, Democrats, third worldists. You got Tucker Carlson, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Thomas Massie, Andrew Tate, Nick Fuentes, Alex Jones. You got all these people on the other side in favor of America First, mass deportations, no foreign students, no foreign workers, no war with Iran, no war with Russia in Ukraine.